Hello! This is a video I've been wanting to make for a very long time, basically since the start of me working here, and I just haven't had the time or chance or whatever yet to make it. But I'm very excited to be doing it now. So for those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, I have worked with TUI for the summer season in Greece. It's been amazing, and I will talk more about my experience at some point. And I might do like a Q&A at some point as well if you have any questions about working for TUI. But I've been a cast member here and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, one of the perks of the job is the uniform, which I was very worried about at first because I didn't expect it to be as comfortable as it is. The top is great, even in the heat. Obviously it gets hot, but it's all right. I was very nervous about that. The trousers are phenomenal. I love them so much. I have lived in them. And the bag is amazing. So what I want to do is a what's in my bag, or rather a what's in my TUI bag. I've just walked in from a morning shift, so this is kind of a standard day, I suppose. A couple of things that have changed since the start of season that I know off the top of my head or that aren't going to be in the bag right now. First of all, I used to carry all my costumes in my bag. I now have a separate bag for that. Although sometimes if it's only one or two small things, I don't bother bringing the other bag and I do still put them in here because we wash our own costumes. So I bring them back here. And the other thing is, you won't have this now because I've just come in from work, but very often on the way into work, I'll be bringing back empty water bottles that I have finished drinking in order to recycle them at work. But here we go. So to describe it first, we've got two little mesh pockets on the outside, very handy. A front pocket and then a big pocket. Inside the big pocket, there's more, but we'll look at that after. We'll start with the side pockets. So to begin with, I almost always carry a water bottle with me. It is very rare that there isn't at least something in here. And you can't drink the tap water here, so it's always a plastic bottle. And then in this little side pocket, they don't usually look this neat, but I haven't done anything to do that. We've got a little hand sanitizer, some mosquito spray, and some deodorant. Very useful. Now we'll move on to the front pocket. This is the pocket that I don't usually open, so we'll see what's in there. Sunglasses, which to be fair, I use an awful lot, but they're usually right at the top, so I just pick them out and don't look at what else is in this pocket. Nurofen. I don't think I've got much left. I've got 6 left. And in this season, I have, I think, had 1, maybe 2 pills, or whatever they're called. The rest have all been used by the rest of the team because anytime anyone's unwell, I'm like, I have Nurofen. So that has proved very useful, even if it's not for me. Earphones, which I don't actually use an awful lot, especially not at work, but are handy to have when I need them. And it's just a good place for them to be as well. A little body spray. This is part of a set I got when I left my other job. And I don't use it very much, but sometimes you just need to smell a bit nicer, especially after dancing around in the heat. And sometimes deodorant doesn't do enough. This is a new addition. It's my ankle support. That wasn't in there until about a week ago when my ankle just totally gave out. I've not really had any problems, both injury-wise, but also medically, just in general. But last week, my shoes are dying, and I think the result ended up with a sore ankle. So I just keep this in my bag now for emergencies because I didn't have it on me on the day. And at the time, I wish I did. Spare mask. Some chewing gum. This has lasted me the full season because I don't actually use that much gum here, but it's, again, very handy to have. This is a very new addition from like 2 days ago. It's some lip balm. There, that's what it says on there. Just a few days ago, my lips got really dry and I was like, I want to have this in my bag. Very glad I do though. Voltaren gel. Again, that's been there since the ankle. You just never know when you need it or when someone else needs it. Oh, I didn't know this was in there. This has been the thing that's got me going through the season. Every so often we get dime chocolate, but we don't get it all the time, so I always steal like 3 or 4. And usually I put them in my fridge, but I must have missed this one. A spare hair tie, we're only allowed, if we have scrunchies, we're only allowed blue or black. Now, I've never actually worn this one, I think, because I like it. I like the one I've got in my hair as well. I think it was part of a set, but this one was always a bit more old and more used, but this is just in case I ever lose all my hair ties, I've got a spare one in my bag. And I think that is everything. Now, what I didn't realize until just now is in this pocket, we do actually have 2 more little mesh pockets, but I've never really used them for separate things. Right, I'm gonna pop that all back in and then we'll get started with the big pocket. The first thing that I can see is a very new addition, and it's this deodorant that my mum left behind when she came to visit. And again, sometimes you need the spray, sometimes you just need the spray, you know? And also, I don't know if this is a more common thing, but for me, after I've worn a deodorant for a certain amount of time, it stops having as good an effect. Maybe it's just that my own nose gets used to the scent, but anyway, it's nice to have that. And I don't really carry much else in my bag, so it's okay. What's coming up next? This has been my genius move. I always had a big pencil case with 2 smaller pencil cases inside, as well as some other things. And I used to carry that whole thing with me. But what I've learned is to just put all my important pens in here, and then all my highlighters and extras are in the other 2. So I can carry this with me. It's got a couple of pens and then all my colored pens as well. Because the next thing is my bullet journal. This I take with me everywhere. I have always loved having a notebook, and I've recently introduced some bullet journal theme idea kind of things in here. Don't really know what you call it, spreads maybe. And I love it, and I love it alongside the pencil case. This comes with me everywhere I go, and it's brilliant to have. I am very much a write it down kind of person and not a phone kind of person, so I'm very happy to have that. Next up, we've got, my hairbrush. I had to buy a really cheap one here because my actual one broke, which wasn't ideal, but this one does the job. So I carry my hairbrush with me everywhere I go. You never know when your own hair needs it or when your wigs need it. Wigs is a bigger thing. I don't really tend to brush my hair that much. Next up, this is a little notebook. I haven't used it very much at all actually, but it's where I've got my songs in it. So if we're ever forced to do a last minute cabaret, that's my writing. And those are my songs with the lyrics. It's not very filled at all. That much is filled. That much is not. But I want to have it with me in case I do have some time to write another song lyric out or whatever. That is everything from the big pocket. But then inside the big pocket, we have a little pocket. There's nothing in there at the moment, but it's got enough space in there. And then we've got one big pocket that's got my sun cream in it. That again goes with me everywhere. And then I think these are like pen holders or something. I don't really know what the purpose of them is. I'm presuming it's pens, but I don't use them. Oh, and I forgot. It also comes with a side pocket, which is a reasonable amount of space, but I never use that. I don't know when I would really. So there you have it. That's my what's in my TUI bag, including some of the uniform actually. Again, if you have any questions about anything to do with the job or anything else, feel free to leave some comments down below. I'll see if I can open up like a Q&A on Instagram as well at some point around when this video goes live, but it'll be a while from when I'm filming this, so we'll see if I remember. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. So I will see you later.